Student friends, up till yesterday's lecture, we completed topic number 2 of the paper number 12, that is modulation. Prior to that, we have completed topic number 1st, that is fundamentals of communication. Now we have the base pieces ready to proceed further and to study the next topic, that is topic number 3, referred as antenna and radio wave communication. Friends, we are well aware that in a transmitter section, the signal is transmitted either by amplitude modulated or by frequency modulated or by any type of digital modulation by using DSB, by using SSB or by using VSB technique from transmitter towards the receiver through the channel as an atmosphere, environment, cable, wire, optical fiber, space, any of such a channel, the transmitted signal, modulated signal travels and reaches to the receiver. In the receiver, the process of recovering the original information that takes place, to which we called it as the process of demodulation or process of detection, and finally original information is reproduced. Friends, we are well aware with the modulation technique, we are well aware with the demodulation technique. Now after modulation and before demodulation, within a channel, what exactly it is going to happen for the transmitted signal from the transmitter till it is going to be received at the receiving end, within that, within atmosphere, within a cable, what exactly it is going to happen, how the signal propagates, how the signal travel from transmitting end toward the receiving end, that aspect we are going to study in the topic number 3, known as antenna and radio wave propagation. Student friends, antenna, basically you have seen the antenna many types. You might be having your television set in your home which is connected to the dish antenna. Prior to that, the same television set is connected to the Yagi antenna or Woody antenna. Even you may take the case of radio station. In radio receiver, there is an antenna. So without antenna, no communication it is possible. No transmission and reception it is possible. Antenna plays very vital role at the transmitting end to transmit the signal. It also plays a vital role at the receiving end to receive the signal. So that's why antenna can be used, or it is connected to the transmitter to transmit the signal, and it is connected to the receiver for receiving the signal. That means in both the sides antenna is necessary. Suppose there is a transmitting antenna at the transmitting side, there is a receiving antenna at the receiving side. In between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna, what exactly it is going to happen? How the radiated signal travels from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna, whether it travels through the space, whether it travels through the atmosphere, whether it travels through the cable, whether it travels through the wire, whether it travels through the optical fiber. In general, that media we can call it as it is the channel. That is within the channel, what exactly it is going to happen, that's known as the radio wave communication or radio wave propagation. Friends, all these aspect of antenna and aspect of how the radio wave travels from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna, we are going to study in the topic number 3 under the title known as antenna and radio wave propagation. Dear students, we are going to complete this particular topic as per our plan. So that's why we are going to decide first what is our lecture plan. So this is the lecture plan with which we are going to proceed further. Actually, the topic we are going to divide into two aspects. One is antenna and second one is radio wave propagation. We will begin with antenna first and then we are going to start the radio wave propagation. In antenna, we are going to introduce the antenna. Means what exactly antenna means? Just now I introduced already. Then we are going to study basic principle of antenna, on which principle does the antenna works to transmit the radio frequency and also to receive the radio frequency signal. Then what are the antenna parameters? Means on which parameter does antenna works, and if the antenna parameters are properly utilized by the antenna, then how it is works properly. Then we are going to study types of antenna. We are going to study details regarding half-wave dipole antenna, Yagi antenna and dish antenna. These are the three types of antenna we are going to cover, which are going to act as a transmitting antenna as well as the receiving antenna. You might be heard the name dish antenna oftenly. After completing this particular antenna as a half part of this particular topic, we are going to proceed with the radio wave propagation. Again, we are introducing that particular radio wave propagation. Means what do you mean by radio wave and how those are useful in carrying the signal from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna. Then we are going to study types of the radio waves which are used for the propagation, that is ground waves, space waves, tropospheric waves, sky waves, and some of the terminologies associated in the propagation, and that is virtual height and also the escape distance. So these are the aspects we are going to cover under the title radio wave propagation. Student friends, please do remember we are going to proceed with this particular lecture plan. Let me proceed further to introduce the topic of antenna. Friends, we are going to begin with antenna. As just now I told you that in order to couple the signal from transmitter to the space, means it is connected to the transmitter. The output of transmitter is given to the antenna. That's why I am going to say, in order to couple the signal from transmitter to the space, or in order to couple the signal from space to the receiver, that means on both the sides, a similar type of structure is necessary, which is capable to radiating the signal in a space and which is also capable to receiving them and get it converted into high frequency signal. So that's why similar type of structure is necessary. That similar type of the structure which is capable to radiate the signal from transmitter into the space and also is going to receive the signal from space to the receiver. A similar type of the structure which we are going to connect, that is known as the antenna. The similar type of structure may be a metal object, maybe a wire, maybe a group of collection of wire which may going to work as an antenna, or which are going to receive the signal, or which are going to radiate the signal also. Especially the transmitting antenna radiates the signal from transmitter into the space, whereas the receiving antenna receives the signal from space and convert it into high frequency signal. In short, we can say antenna is a metal object, antenna is a group of metal wires, antenna is a group of metal rods, which is connected to the transmitter to radiate the signal from transmitter into the space, or when it is connected to the receiving end, it receives those electromagnetic radiations from the space and get it converted into high frequency signal, and it is coupled to the receiver. Such a same type of the structure to convert high frequency signal into electromagnetic radiation, electromagnetic wave, or to convert electromagnetic radiation into high frequency signal at the receiving end, the device, the structure, the metal object which we are using, it is called as an antenna. Friends, antenna radiates the electromagnetic wave. When we are going to say that antenna radiates the electromagnetic wave, it has a certain, must be possessing certain wavelength. That wavelength is given by velocity of light upon frequency transmitted by the transmitter. So velocity of light, for which we are well aware, it is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Just we have to know the frequency of the signal to be transmitted by the transmitter, and that is already known for that respective transmission station. For FM, we know FM frequency transmitted. For AM, we know AM frequency transmitted. Even for television center, we know transmitted frequency. By knowing that transmitted frequency and by knowing the velocity of light, why velocity of light? Because the radiated electromagnetic wave travels with the velocity of light. It has almost all the similar property as that of velocity of light. It may going to reflect, it may going to refract, it may polarize, it may interfere, it may disperse, it may deviate. All these properties, whatever which are true for the light radiations, all those properties are true for the electromagnetic radiation which are liberated, escaped from the transmitter into the space and vice versa. So that's why we are going to consider the velocity of this transmitted wave is the same as that of velocity of light radiation. So that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second to be divided by the frequency transmitted by the transmitter, that is going to give the wavelength of the wave that will be radiated by the antenna into the space. So this is how one can call the meaning of antenna. This means in order to couple the output of transmitter to the space or to couple the signal from space to the receiver, same type of structure capable of radiating electromagnetic waves or receiving them is necessary. An antenna is a such a structure, may be metal object or wire or group of collection of wire that converts high frequency signal into electromagnetic waves or vice versa. The transmitting antenna radiates the electromagnetic waves that travels through the space and are received by the receiving antenna that converts them into high frequency signal. So all these functions are to be performed by means of an in general antenna. Maybe it is a transmitting antenna or maybe it is a receiving antenna. Entire energy of radio frequency current doesn't travel up to end. Some of the energy will be radiated. In transmitter, radiating circuit produces one wave of exciting voltage with the wavelength equal to lambda, and that's equal to C upon F, where C is the velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and F is the frequency transmitted by the transmitter. This is how the wavelength of the wave that radiated from the antenna. Now let us see the basic principle of antenna. What is the basic principle? Just to understand the basic principle of antenna, we can say its principle is going to depend upon LC tank circuit, which we have studied in BSc part 2 in oscillatory circuits. We have studied Hartley oscillator, we have studied the Colbert oscillator. In both the oscillator, we used inductance and capacitor as a tank circuit. We know how tank circuit works. How it works? In short, I will explain. When charge capacitor is connected in parallel with the inductance L, if the capacitor is fully charged, electrostatic current that stored in that, it will start flowing in the through the inductance by building up the magnetic flux across that particular inductance. The process of discharging the capacitor that continues till the charges from capacitors are totally discharged, and electrostatic current will be converted into electromagnetic current, so that across inductors fully magnetic field will be built up in one direction. After that, when steady state is reached, or steady state of magnetization is reached across inductance, magnetic flux will start collapsing, and the current will start again flowing through the capacitor. Capacitor will start charging, but with the opposite polarity. The process of decaying the magnetic flux and charging the capacitor continues till fully electrostatic charges are built up on the capacitor. And once the fully electric charges were built up on the capacitor, the decaying of magnetic flux that will be stopped. After that, but the polarity of capacitors are reversed, because direction of current that flowing through the capacitor that reverses. As the being again inductance is in parallel with the same capacitor, capacitor again starts discharging the current that will again flow through the inductor cell, but in opposite direction with that of previous one. Again magnetic flux will be starts building up across the inductance cell, and this process of building the magnetic flux continued till capacitor completely discharges. Once the capacitor completely discharges, steady state of magnetization is reached across the inductance cell. After that, magnetic flux will be starts collapsing, and current starts flowing through the capacitor again in opposite direction. That means as it is in the previous first case. This will continue till electrostatic charges will build up across the capacitor, and the process repeats. What happens here? Capacitor continuously charges and discharges. Due to this, the oscillations are set up in the tank circuit. As the oscillations are set up in the tank circuit, if these oscillations which are set up in the tank circuit are given to the amplifier, they are amplified and made available at the output. But as far as the antenna is being considered, the output of this tank circuit via conducting wire, it is left in a space. In a space, these waves are radiated in the form of electromagnetic radiations or electrostatic radiations alternately, and thus electromagnetic waves are going to be get generated. They are radiated in the form of electric field, or they may radiate it in the form of the magnetic field. When magnetic field will be built across inductance, that will be radiated, and if electrostatic charges are stored in the capacitor, then electric field will be radiated. Accordingly, alternately, electromagnetic radiations are liberated in a space, and this is the basic principle of antenna. This entire principle is represented in this particular figure. This is what I explained just now. So this is the tank circuit which is formed as a combination of L and C. Capacitor C charges already charged capacitor on positive side, positive charges on this side, and negative charges on this side. When switch is closed, the current will start flowing through the negative side, from positive side into the inductance L. This will develop the magnetic flux across the inductance L. This will continue till electrostatic charges are converted into electromagnetic field, till the steady state of magnetization is reached. That means this is represented here. When switch is closed, current will be start flowing through the inductance cell, and the process of building the magnetic flux that takes place. Once the capacitor completely discharges, again the reverse process that begins. Means what? Means what? Electromagnetic flux will be starts decaying, allowing current to pass through the capacitor, and capacitor will be start charging, but with the polarity opposite to previous one. These are the previous polarity. Now these are the another reversed polarity charges which are stored on it. This process of decaying the magnetic field continues till electrostatic charges are fully developed, but with the opposite polarity than that of the previous one. Now if capacitor is fully charged, it again starts decaying, but decaying current flows in opposite direction. So this is the opposite direction current. In first case, current will flow in this direction. In second case, capacitor discharges in opposite direction. So that's why direction of the magnetic flux which will be built up through across inductance cell will be in opposite direction now. This process will continue till steady state of magnetization is reached across the inductance cell and capacitor completely decays. Again magnetic flux will be starts collapsing and capacitor will be start charging, but with opposite polarity, means again with this polarity. So same cycle repeats one after the another, and electric oscillations are going to be generated in the tank circuit. If this tank circuit electro oscillations which are generated in the tank circuit radiate the frequency at resonance, and that's equal to 1 upon 2 pi root of LC. This is the frequency which is going to be generated within the tank circuit due to charging and discharging action of the capacitor. Friends, this is nothing new to you. We already studied this tank circuit. It's working in the base part 2 in the oscillatory circuit. If suppose this tank circuit is represented here, same tank circuit, this is L and this is C, which are connected in parallel. What additionally it is done? Additionally, a wire is connected from this inner space. This is the space. To the space, a wire is connected. Naturally, as I explained just now, the charging and discharging action of the capacitor will reverses the polarity, which will change the magnetic field direction to develop magnetic field every time with the reverse direction. This will radiate the electric field in a space and also it will radiate magnetic field in a space. Thus, these oscillations are converted into electromagnetic radiations and that will be transmitted through the space. The charging and discharging action is represented here. This is what pictorially represented, charging and discharging of capacitor. Look it here, look it carefully. So these are the positive charges. When positive charges, look, direction of current is like this, and this is the lines of magnetic field which are going to be building across inductance cell. Look it carefully. Every time the charging polarities of the capacitor changes and also the direction of magnetic flux which is induced across inductance also changes. Whatever I have explained, this is represented now pictorially. That's what we can call it as the charging and discharging of the capacitor. Just look, take a look for a fraction of a second, which I have explained. Everything is summarized in this particular live demonstration. Take some time to watch this. Okay, with this electric oscillations are going to be get generated. When these oscillations are fed to the a metal object, metal wire, to which we can call it as antenna. And that's what the basic principle of antenna. This LC oscillator is replaced by means of a high frequency signal from the transmitter. This L and C are replaced and it is connected to the transmitter. Transmitter transmit the modulated high frequency signal which will work as like a tank circuit that will high frequency signal, and this antenna will convert high frequency signal into electromagnetic radiation directly radiated to the space. Friends, this is the basic principle of antenna which we have studied just now. Dear students, let us go line by line just to understand the basic principle of antenna. Basic action of antenna depends upon oscillations produced in the LC tank circuit which you have studied last year. When charged capacitor C is connected in parallel to the inductance L, which I already seen just now in the figure, it discharges to flow maximum current through L to develop magnetic flux across it in one direction. If two antenna wires are attached at the center of the tank circuit, which I already studied in the figure, it sends magnetic field along whole length perpendicular to the wire. Means when inductance starts developing magnetic flux, and if a wire is connected to that, naturally it will send a magnetic field in a space along whole length perpendicular to the wire. The length of wire should be right so that current can complete its flow up to end of the wire and back to tank circuit in half the cycle. It's care to be taken. Thus, it is in phase with the current in tank circuit. At the center of the antenna wire, magnetic field is very strong and can be extended as far as go away from the space. At the center, magnetic field is very strong, but as we go away from that, the signal strength, magnetic field goes on, strength becomes decreasing in a space. But in next half cycle, inductor L, after acquiring the magnetic steady state, it starts collapsing and capacitor C starts charging with the opposite polarity. When capacitor fully charges, current becomes zero, giving strong electric field between the plates. This current through antenna wire is stopped. Now, end of antenna has a strong electrical field with lines of force parallel to the antenna. This electric field can also extend far in a space. When capacitor starts charging, it will generate the electric field, and the electric field is also strong at the center of that particular antenna, and it will be extended far in a space. That means it can travel in a space. Thus, when magnetic field will be building, it will radiate the magnetic field. When electric static charges will be building, it will radiate the electric field. Hence, depending upon value of C, that is F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root of LC, the frequency signal it will be converted into electromagnetic radiation, and this is the basic principle of antenna. But during next half cycle, capacitor again discharges, allowing maximum current to flow and build a magnetic field in opposite direction. Again magnetic field collapses to reduce the current and charge the capacitor in opposite direction to produce the electric field at the antenna in opposite direction. This process repeats and electromagnetic radiations are generated. So this is how the electromagnetic radiations are generated, and that can be radiated in a space. Now what is our role? Our role is remove that LC tank circuitry and connect output of transmitter to that particular place. In case of an antenna, radio frequency signal is connected to it that produces LC oscillatory action to generate the electromagnetic field. That LC tank circuit is just replaced by means of a transmitter output, that is a modulated signal. The signal to be transmitted along with the carrier wave, that is a high frequency signal, and definitely antenna will convert it into the electromagnetic radiation, which has almost all the properties similar to that of properties of light radiation, so that it is going to cover a very large distance. As the direction of RF current reverses periodically, the field expands and contracts to release substantial amount of energy in the form of electromagnetic rays. If antenna is vertical, the waves are vertically polarized, and if antenna is horizontal, then are horizontally polarized if antenna is horizontal. For horizontal antenna, electromagnetic radiations are horizontally polarized. If the antenna is vertical, then it is vertically polarized. Friends, all these actions just we have studied diagrammatically as well as with the aspect of the virtual video which is produced represented here. Students, friends, this is all about the basic principle of antenna. Depending upon this principle, antenna converts the high frequency signal transmitted by the transmitter into electromagnetic radiation, and also it receives the electromagnetic radiation, get it converted into high frequency signal at the receiving end. Friends, you have to remember this as a principle of the antenna. Friends, that's all about today's lecture. Next time, we'll go for next aspect of antenna.